The BJP has been trying every trick up their sleeves for decades to make inroads among minority groups in Kerala, especially the Christians, and win a couple of Lok Sabha seats from the state. Meanwhile, the Congress and the left, especially the CPIM, have been ridiculing the BJP for their alleged failure in meeting their goals. Further, the Congress and the CPIM say that BJP won't be able to influence the minorities in Kerala or win any seat from Kerala even in the future or in the coming days. Now, everybody tends to forget that BJP led NDA had actually won a Lok Sabha seat from Kerala, and that too from a minority dominated constituency of Muvattupuzha. That was way back in 2004. What were the socio-political conditions that helped the NDA win a seat in Kerala way back in 2004? What were the lessons that it offered, and why did everybody forgot the victory of the NDA? Let's take a hard look into it. Actually, politicians and political students and political observers need to study the win of BJP led NDA from Muvattupuzha in 2004. There were a few factors that helped the NDA to win Muvattupuzha seat. They could be broadly divided into three parts. One was the social and political conditions that existed in Kerala at that point of time. Now, the second was the political strategies of the BJP which helped the NDA to win the seat. And the third was the credibility of the political leadership and the national scenario. So I have divided this broadly into three. Now I will start with the second one. The second one is the political strategy employed by the BJP at that point of time. The BJP tried to or successfully weaved a coalition of Hindus and Christians. That was a strategy which had been successfully employed by the Congress in the past. Especially the coalition was especially between upper caste or Syrian Christians and upper caste Hindus, mainly constituted by Nayars. Now, the BJP state leadership at that point of time, which was mainly responsible for the strategy, was Mr. P.P. Mukundan, who was the organization secretary of the BJP in Kerala. The state RSS leadership, which was led by A. Gopalakrishnan, and then there was the domineering influence of RSS in Kerala at that point of time, Mr. Sethu Madhavan, who was the Dakshina Kshetriya Pracharak, or he was in control of whole South India. He was also one of the architects who engineered the strategy successfully. And the RSS could work out the strategy also with the help of Mr. P.P. Mukundan. So some of those people who had actually worked on the forefront during the polls, they said at that point of time, emissaries of Mr. P.P. Mukundan used to meet bishops, and it was said that there was the support of the Pala bishop was one of the key factors that helped Mr. Mr. P.C. Thomas win from Muvattupuzha at that point of time. So that was one of the major factors. Now, many people at that point of time doubted whether such a strategy would work. Many people doubted that the Catholic Church would show any affinity for the BJP. But those who doubted, they were actually proved wrong, and that coalition, that strategy really worked. So that was that was one of the important steps. And let's look into the social realities and the political realities in Kerala at that point of time. It was a time when there were differences of opinion in the UDF. there was a simmering discontent in K. Karunagaran. That was the time just before Karunagaran formed DAC. DAC was launched in around 2005. So Karunagaran's discontent was simmering, and Karunagaran actually helped PC Thomas win. This was also one of the factors that helped Mr. Thomas. Now the coalition really worked. The BJP has been able to transfer Hindu votes to PC Thomas, who was whose party was IFDP, which was an ally of BJP in Kerala at that point of time. Now, another factor that helped PC Thomas was he has been the MP. He was representing the constituency for 5 times before. Now, he knew the constituency like the back of his hand, and he had grassroots connections and a strong network in the constituency, and that helped him. And again, there was a discontent in Kerala Congress against K. Mani at that point of time, because there was a complaint among Kerala old timers and leaders of Kerala Congress that K. Mani was trying to promote his son Jos K. Mani over their head. In fact, Mr. Jos K. Mani was the UDF candidate in Muvattupuzha at that point of time. Now, the left candidate was PM Ismail. Now, if you look at the demography of the Muvattupuzha constituency in 2004, the Christians constituted the largest number of voters. In fact, the percentage of Christians in Muvattupuzha was the highest among all Lok Sabha constituencies in Kerala, not then even now. Christians constituted just over 41% of the voter base, and a good number of them were Catholics also. The Lok Sabha constituency started from Pala in Kottayam district, came through Kanjirapalli, Poonyar, and Kunnathanadu in Ernakulam also was the last constituency. So all the included there were constituencies like Muvattupuzha and then Kodamangala also. So you could rightly term it a Christian heartland, and it was at such a place that the coalition worked. Initially, everybody thought that PC Thomas will finish third, but as the campaign picked up, it became very clear that PC Thomas was moving ahead of others. And during the last stages, K. Mani frantically realized that his son has been pushed to the third position. But by that time, he could not do much. And we need to remember that PC Thomas was a union minister. He was the Union Minister of State for Law and Justice at that point of time. And so there was a feeling in the constituency at that point of time that the BJP led NDA will return to power at the center. That should seem ironical because at the national level, the BJP campaign of India Shiny had backfired. But in Kerala, that worked. So that was the dichotomy or difference between Kerala scenario as well as the national scenario. Why I said so? Because it was not the Muvattupuzha seat that benefited. Even in Trivandrum for the first time, O. Rajagopal scored around 2.26 lakh votes in Lok Sabha polls at that point of time in 2004. So that means that there was a general feeling in Kerala that BJP or Vajpayee government will return to power at the center. It seems that that also helped. Now let's look into the leadership quality of PC Thomas. As I said, PC Thomas had been winning right from 1989. So he had already won 5 times. 2004 victory was the 6th consecutive win of PC Thomas. Now, being a central minister, he was an accessible person. I still remember that in 1990s, every Keralite, Every Malayali in Delhi used to depend on PC Thomas for getting things done. Even for railway tickets, people or EQ signing emergency quota, people used to approach the office of PC Thomas, though there were many MPs from Kerala. There are 20 MPs in Lok Sabha from Kerala, and in addition, Rajya Sabha MPs were also there. But a majority of Malayali organizations in Delhi used to depend on PC Thomas. And Mr. PC Thomas was closely associated with the Delhi Malayali Association, especially with the Christian groups everywhere in the North India. And by that time, he had risen as a leader of the Christians from Kerala. So that also helped. All these factors worked. I mean, if you look into the factors, it was a successful strategy. It was the social and political realities, the credibility of Mr. P.C. Thomas as a political leader, all synced seamlessly to ensure his victory. And this means that if things work in the right way, if there is a right leadership, it was personally a victory of P.P. Mukundan also. If such a thing happens, the BJP can win from even the minority dominated constituencies in Kerala. And then why did BJP forget the victory? Why people even BJP fail to refer to the victory? The reason is simple, that after the loss of Vajpayee government at the center, at the national level, BJP got heartbroken. Many BJP leaders were disheartened. They didn't expect such a defeat. They couldn't accept that and recoup immediately. That was one reason. In Kerala BJP, there was so much infight. And the leadership that came later, they didn't want to highlight the victory of PC Thomas. And even there were criticisms for aligning with PC Thomas. Because by that time, PP Mukundan was thrown out of BJP Kerala, and he had to leave Kerala, and then he became silent after some time. And many of the leaders or RSS leaders also by that time, new leadership came into the hem of affairs by that time, and all those actually caused or made the BJP forget, because if you remember the victory, the credit would have to be given to those who led the polls. So the later leadership, it seems, they didn't want to speak about it. Of course, Congress and the CPM would love to suppress it or hide it from the public. They don't want to discuss, because that proves that a BJP win from Kerala is possible even when the minority dominated constituencies. Now, again, PC Thomas left NDA fold later, and he returned to the UDF fold. And all those factors actually stopped or prevented media and even political analysts from discussing this victory of the BJP. But actually, BJP doesn't need to go anywhere to find a clue. They themselves had done it. They just need to recount, sit back, and recollect. Had Vajpayee government returned to power in 2004, there would have been radical changes in Kerala politics at that time. But those things didn't happen at the national level, and the gains accrued by the BJP in Kerala slowly disappeared. Again, now BJP has to wait. But this time, it seems BJP has a chance, because there is a general perception in Kerala that BJP will return to power. So it was that perception that helped the BJP in the past. Now it is here in Kerala this time. Perhaps it will help BJP win this time in Kerala. That's for now. Meet you with another issue next time. Till then, goodbye.